is difficult. It's more difficult than the percent of alcohol, for example, because that depends on the roasting. That depends on the brewing.
Okay.
So in a very light roast has more caffeine than the dark.
Okay.
That's what I'm gonna continue speaking about.
Okay.
So and then there's some differences in brewing too. So,
Okay.
my dad, Gerardo, is roasting coffee. If you were really thinking that I was wrong by saying that light roast has more, look at all those flavors. Doesn't it smell like coffee? Does it smell like coffee right now?
No. I don't know.
Well, right here.
Oh, it does, but it smells burnt or something.
Smells burnt,
Something on fire.
No. Not like coffee.
Does it smell like coffee? No.
So the more we roast, the more everything that is in coffee goes outside. So in the roasting process, that smell that we are getting are the substances of coffee that are being released. So if you like, for example, coffee, you will like light roast. It gives you more caffeine, more flavors, more origin. If you buy a special coffee, but dark roast is kind of not special anymore. If you buy dark roast, actually the flavors are more uniform. People like that consistency of dark roast though. We like it to always be the same. And that is possible with dark roast. That is not possible with medium. It is even less possible with light roast. So when we like that consistency, I guess it's good to have dark roast. Also depends on the levels of caffeine you want. There's more in light roast. Why? Because that comes out in the steam, there is caffeine coming out here. So this caffeine that you can even see now going out represents how the darker the roast, the less caffeine there is at the end. So if you want more flavors, light roast is so dynamic that light roast can go into florals, acids, citrusy flavors, fruity flavors, earthy flavors, spicy flavors, mineral flavors. It can be nutty, it can be sweet like mangoes, like it can be very like caramel. It's many different types of flavors. But when we roast more, medium roast destroys some of those flavors, caramelize the glucose, and give us a smooth sensation that a lot of people think medium roast is the light because it's so smooth, but that's because the glucose caramelized. And then the medium roast is going to continue to dark. We're going to burn the glucose. So by burning the glucose, the sweetness is destroyed, so it becomes dark. And as it becomes dark, it's less sweet, and the flavors, instead of being smooth, they go really strong, really sharp. We have more sharp flavors in the light roast and sharp flavors in the dark too. But there's more kinds of sharp flavors in the light. It's more specific, depends on where it's grown, how it's produced. But dark roast is mostly how it's roasted. So we can get good and bad dark roast, good and bad medium, and good and bad light. Light depends on the roasting and the quality. Medium, a little bit less of the quality and more roasting. And dark, you almost not depend on the quality, but it depends mostly on how it's roasted, how fresh it is when you drink it. So.
Aquí ya tenemos la diferencia de la rayita, ya va cambiando.
You can tell how these are light roasts, but from here to here you see a puff. You see those being getting bigger, so that becomes a medium roast.
Oh, I see.
In that other puff, it's actually the glucose caramelized and it starts growing a little bit sweeter in that form. And you can tell by hearing or by seeing the puff. You can also do with the thermometer, but we don't look at the temperature, we look at the coffee. You see my dad, he looks at the coffee, put it back. Look at the coffee, put it back.
Okay.
Because that looking at close to the bean helps him to know when exactly he needs to bring the beans out.
What's he trying to cook now? Dark roast, light roast, or medium roast?
I think the dark roast. Habla hacer oscuro.
No, es que oscuro está lleno, oscuro ya.
No, he's doing a medium dark roast now.
Medium dark.
He's got a special order for one time. very old. I don't know how old it is.
It looks like an
But we
antique.
bought it 3 years ago. So it's already very old when we bought it. We fixed some of the parts and continue buying the coffee.
Why did you buy?
roaster?
Yep,
This is it.
How many can you translate? You said 400 kilos.
4,000 kilos.
4,000. How many pounds is that?
9,000.
Oh, 9,000 pounds of
Yeah.
coffee produced each year.
Yeah, it's 2.2, so it's...
And how much of each light, dark, medium do you? Is it of the 9,000?
We don't keep really a record, but as we see the sales, medium roast is winning, then dark roast, and then light. But people who buy medium roast is sometimes because they don't know what they're buying.
How many kilos in a bag?
How many?
How many kilos in a bag? That many bags?
It's 50 grams. Hey, 500 grams.
Oh, I just want to know the weight. Kilos.
Right.
Which bag? The package? Or a sack?
Because he said